The tourism industry, Saint Lucia's major contributor to economic growth, tends to offer political gain to whoever speaks of its performance in superlatives. A government stands to benefit from extreme positives, and the opposition benefits from speaking of it in the near absolute negative. Dr Hilaire, former tourism minister and present second deputy opposition leader, gave an address at the beginning of October titled, quote, Dr Hilaire, tourism arrivals continue to decline, unquote.
I come to address you at a time when the tourism industry is going through one of its most difficult periods in history. This must go down in history as one of the slowest low seasons we've had. Hotel employees remain on rotation as a result. Taxi drivers have not had a trip since April, some of them at point surfing. Farmers have lost their markets as a result of the sluggish performance of the tourism industry.
At the pre-cabinet press briefing held on the 20th of October, the tourism minister, Hon Dr Ernest Hilaire, revealed that 2025 is the second best performance that Saint Lucia's tourism industry has seen.
We have less rooms this year than we had in 2019 and than we had last year. I mean, the entire Ridgeway Beach, the free hotels there, have been broken down. All those rooms are out of stock. All the rooms are out of stock. Secrets was also closed. Well, it was Wyndham and only reopened a couple months ago. So our room stock has dropped over 2019 and over 2024. So you have high numbers despite less rooms. So how does that mean you're in crisis?
At the Tourism Advisory Committee meeting held on the 23rd of October, the SLTA's presentation on the island's performance revealed that Saint Lucia's average spend per visitor and average non-accommodation spend per visitor for the year 2025 turned out to have declined from 2024's record high. However, these still stand out as the second best performance. These are still substantially higher than the best pre-pandemic level in 2019.
There is room for improvement, and it is expected with the decline or the deceleration in visitor arrivals that visitor spend in regards to volume would have also contracted to a certain extent. But we are still above pre-pandemic highs, both in average visitor spend and non-accommodation spend. Average visitor spend is up 44% compared to pre-pandemic levels, and it is up by 19%. Average non-accommodation spend, is up by 19% when compared to pre-pandemic levels.
Whilst the number of arrivals via airlift from the United Kingdom and Canada decreased by 22% and 10% respectively, airlift capacity from the United States of America and the Caribbean increased by 4% and 27% respectively. The volume of arrivals from these latter two markets eclipsed the decreases in the former two, making for a net increase in Saint Lucia's arrivals via airlift.
In its totality, year on year, the capacity to the destination will realize a 0.2% increase, which represents an additional 1,462 seats, and we're expecting an average load factor of about 69 to 70%, which is positive, but of course always room for improvement.
Overall, the 2025's total visitor arrivals are projected to be 1.16 million, which follows 2024's 1.2 million, which includes all tourism sectors. The 2025 was described by Javan Lewis as, quote, an evolving landscape with constant development, unquote. Even as Saint Lucia grappled with changes in the tourism product, the pivot to luxury experiences and the emergence of community experiences, as well as acclimation to GPH, Saint Lucia's tourism performance declined but remains closely within the high altitude reached in its best year, 2024. And for Choice News Now, I am Cianna Dalsan.